Hi everyone, welcome to Serena and Flux episode 106. I know, we're in the same damn thing as last time, but it's the same day. I just wanted to make another episode so I'd be a little bit ahead, because that's the way I roll. But anyway, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about some things that are happening in the near future. Got some fun stuff going on. Talked a lot about it when I was at the con, because there was actually a panel on the last day called Sailor Moon Universe. And if you know me, I'm a huge Sailor Moon fan, so I had to go to that. But the news. Recently, Hulu, if you know Hulu.com, started posting the original Sailor Moon episodes on their site. So if you have Hulu or Hulu Plus or whatever, and you want to watch the original Sailor Moon episodes, I mean, these are the original uncut, uncensored versions. They're subtitled, so if you didn't like the North American dub, it's not that way. So you can go and watch it. I've been watching it. They upload 2 new episodes every Monday, so it's gonna take a while for them to all get up. So it's gonna be a process, but it's cool. I've already seen some stuff in the episodes that I've never seen before, so that was kind of cool. Also, starting July 5th, I believe, they are going to start uploading Sailor Moon Crystal on Hulu. There's other sites that you can watch Sailor Moon Crystal if you want, and it's not quite as good, because from what I've heard, if there's too much traffic, it'll actually boot people out. If you've been on it too long, they'll be like, you know what, go outside and get some sun. Boom, you're done. So it's better to watch it on Hulu, because they don't kick you out if you've been on it too long or if there's too much traffic. So I'm planning on doing that, because I'm really interested in the new series, because I'm a huge Sailor Moon fan, and this one is supposed to follow the manga almost verbatim. The first series kind of went away from the manga. It didn't really follow the manga, because in the manga, they thought Sailor V was actually the Moon Princess for a while, and then it was revealed that Usagi or whatever, Sailor Moon, was actually the Moon Princess, which would make sense, I would think. It's why is she Sailor Moon if she's not the Moon Princess? But and also spoiler alert, in the manga they actually killed Queen Beryl by Venus killing her with a sword. So Sailor Moon really had nothing to do with defeating Queen Beryl. So I mean, that's just some things that happened in the manga. So this one's supposed to follow that one exactly. The only thing I don't like is that they kind of made the characters even more spindly and skinny than they already were. So it's oh great, so I'm even going to be able to look less like a Sailor Senshi when I cosplay now. Thanks. But whatever. It still should be cool. I'm still going to watch it. They don't do anime as quickly as they used to. They used to crack out a new episode every week, and now they only do it every other week. So I mean, I don't know if the artists just got lazy or what, but who cares? You're still going to get in the episodes. And also, while I was stumbling along the other day, I found that there's actually a really good fan dub of Sailor Moon Sailor Stars online right now. So if you know the Sailor Stars version, which kind of plays with your head if you watch it long enough, but it's up there, and they did a really good job. The voices are almost spot on. I mean, they even got Luna's English accent right. I mean, it's an English dub, but it's good. So I've been watching that. The only thing that I didn't really like was Sailor Saturn's voice kind of sounded a little bit nasally, but that was only one episode. It kind of got better as it progressed. So I mean, if you're into Sailor Moon right now, it's a great time to be a Sailor Moon fan. So that's pretty cool. So that's what's going on in Sailor Moon's theater. So, you know, you got Sailor Moon originals on Hulu, Sailor Moon Crystal coming out on Hulu, and Sailor Moon Sailor Stars. So if you really, really, really want to see the Sailor Moon Sailor Stars series in English, which they were never dubbed officially, they're supposed to be doing that for the Hulu thing. But if you can't wait and you want to see a really good fan dub, it's starsfandub.com. So if you're into Sailor Moon and you want to check it out, go ahead. I haven't watched them all yet, so it'll be interesting to see what the Starlights actually sound like in this one. So anyway, yeah, so that's what's going on with that. Also, I totally had to do a little fangirl moment because if you're a gamer or you're a techno geek or whatever, if you're following that stuff, E3 was not too long ago. I think it was like a few weeks ago or something like that. Don't really have the exact dates, but so they announced that there's a new Legend of Zelda coming out. I think it's called like Hyrule Warriors or something. I think maybe they would change the title to Knights of Hyrule or something. I mean, there's been some speculation that the title's going to change and stuff, and people were totally geeking out over that. And I am a huge, if you know me, I'm a huge Legend of Zelda fan. The only reason I bought my Wii was so I could play Twilight Princess. It's the only reason. Of course, then I got Skyward Sword, and then I got Metroid Other M, which kind of turned out to be broken. Sorry, but yeah, I kind of have the same opinion that everyone else did. I don't really hate the voice acting in it because, I mean, come on. She's a bounty hunter. She's had a tough life. She should be kind of melodramatic and monotone and not have a lot of emotion. She's you know, she's killed a lot of things. She's, you know, and the whole part about her like freaking out when Ridley shows up and her not being able to kill it even though she's killed it like 3 times. Look, it's not that easy because this was the first time that, you know, this in the series that they've been able to do something like this. They couldn't do it in the original Metroid. They couldn't do it in, you know, Super Metroid because they didn't have the technology yet. And they obviously couldn't do it in Metroid 2 because it was a Game Boy game and Ridley wasn't even in it. So this is the first time they got to show like her reaction to seeing Ridley and the torment that he left in her mind with a cutscene. So I mean, they were going to use the technology then and do it well. So I'm not all ticked off about that like everyone else is. Like, she's already killed that guy like twice, and then she's freaking out. Well, yeah, because I mean, they couldn't do that sort of thing and show the post-traumatic stress disorder and any other system because they didn't have the capabilities yet. So leave it alone. But yeah, the controls were broken because it's a 3D game and you're trying to play it with a D-pad. It doesn't work. It doesn't. I mean, but you know, I don't get upset about games like this because a lot of games try to go in a new direction for a while and they see if the gamers like it, and if they don't like it, then they go back. There's been tons and tons of games that have tried a new direction and the gamers didn't like it, so they went back to the original format. I mean, look at Legend of Zelda, the second game, Zelda 2, Adventure of Link. They tried making it kind of like a side-scroller. Gamers didn't like it, so they went back to the original version. And that's what gamers want. So, you know, there's been I just hope that if they do make another Metroid, they don't do the Metroid Prime stuff, because turning into a first-person shooter kind of ruined it for me. I mean, I don't like first-person shoot. I don't like the tunnel vision perspective, you know, where you only have like this much to see and you're like, you know, you see your gun. You know, even if you are holding a gun in a battlefield, you're not holding it like this the whole time. You're gonna drop it. So it's kind of, I don't know. I never got into first-person shooters. I consider it like it's Doom. It's Doom with better graphics and different weapons. but it's always the same premise. It's always the same plot. You're going around shooting stuff. There's different enemies, there's different terrain, there's different weapons, but it still feels like Doom to me. And I've played Doom and Doom 2 so many times that it's boring to me now. So I don't want to play it again just with different graphics. I mean, it's nothing. So anyway, that's what's going on there. And then I found out also with E3 that the big news at E3 was the new Legend of Zelda game. That's the big news. Obviously, because it's a lot of Legend of Zelda geeks and people want the Wii U to have something new. The only game that they had for Legend of Zelda was a rehash of the Wind Waker, which I will not play because I hate that style of game. It looks freaking kiddie. It looks like a 2-year-old with a sword and shield. And it doesn't even look good. It looks like a cartoon. I was so happy when Twilight Princess actually got back to realism. You know, people are going to flame that like, oh, it was a good game. Yeah, it was a good game. I get that. I understand. It had a good plot. It was good. And it had some darkness to it, and it was a good game. From people that I've known that have played it, they say it's the bomb, but I can't get over that style of graphics. It does not work with me. But whatever. The Knights of Hyrule look pretty cool. Or Hyrule Warriors, or whatever the hell they're going to call it. I don't really know yet. But the other thing is the next Tomb Raider game, Rise of the Tomb Raider, is going to come out. I've seen a trailer for it. It wasn't all that interesting. It was just like Lara Croft sitting with a hoodie pulled up over her face in a psychiatrist meeting or whatever, and you know, the psychiatrist telling her that she needs to like get out and try to forget what happened on Yamatai. So, you know, it left you wanting more, but I think that's kind of what it intended to do. Kind of just show you that it's there, but it's still in production. So I'm really excited about that. I was like watching it, and I'm like, new Tomb Raider, yes! So I was like, you know, doing the whole fangirl squeal. So I can't help it. I'm like, that's like my favorite game in the world is Tomb Raider. So the only bad thing is I'm going to have to buy the next-gen console to play it, because obviously Rise of the Tomb Raider is going to be for the PS4 or the Xbox One, which I don't own yet. So that's going to suck, because they're expensive, like really expensive. And so far, there hasn't been any games coming out yet that I can warrant spending like $400 for a new console. I can't justify it yet. So, but that'll justify it. The only thing I have to decide is whether to get an Xbox One or a PS4. The Xbox One, it looks pretty good. And I've kind of been an Xbox girl since the beginning, because I wanted to play Ninja Gaiden, and when I heard, or Ninja Gaiden, whatever how you say it, I say Gaiden because whatever. But I figure if it was Gaiden, it would be spelled differently, but whatever. But when I heard that game was coming out for the Xbox, I'm like, okay, buy an Xbox. At the time, I was like undecided, like, should I buy a PlayStation 2? Because if I buy a PlayStation, I can play Final Fantasy X2, which looks pretty good. And then, wait, Ninja Gaiden, that's coming up for the Xbox. Get an Xbox. Of course, now they're on both consoles, so it doesn't really matter. Ninja Gaiden, Sigma for the Xbox, or for the PlayStation, and regular, whatever. So I bought the Xbox, and then I bought the Xbox 360 because I wanted to play Ninja Gaiden 2, and that was for the 360, and now I got more 360 games than I do, but you know, there are some things about the Xbox One I don't like you have to get the Kinect with it, and I have no interest in the Kinect. I don't want it. And the voice thing is kind of annoying, because if you say the wrong thing, it'll pick it up and do stuff you don't want it to do. Like someone was trolling people because his handle on Xbox was Xbox sign out. So every time someone said that, the thing would try and sign out, and they're like, oh crap, no. And you know, it's kind of stupid, and it just seems like that more game systems now are geared towards like just plain ass entertainment than gaming. It's like, okay, it's got like all this TV stuff, and it's got this and Netflix and blah blah blah. You know, it's like whatever happened to a game console just freaking playing games. I don't need it to do all that other crap. I'm buying it to play freaking games. It's what everyone buys it for. I know my friend that I went to stay with in Rapid City, she has an Xbox, or not an Xbox, she has a PlayStation 3, and the reason she bought it mainly was because it had a Blu-ray player with it, and she wanted to watch movies on it. And that's cool, you know. She has a couple games. She has, like, Uncharted and, like, Batman and stuff, and she was actually playing Batman when I got there because she didn't have internet at the time, so, you know, it's kind of cool, but, you know, she bought it basically for the Blu-ray player, and that's fine, but with me, I mean, I would rather just freaking... I use my Xbox 360 a lot to watch DVDs, don't get me wrong, but mainly I want it just to play video games. So, I don't know. A lot of people say that the PlayStation 4 is a much superior system to the Xbox One, but sometimes when people say that, I think they're just, you know, PlayStation people. There's like PlayStation people and Xbox people. They don't get along. You know, PlayStation people are going to say PlayStation's better. Xbox people are going to say Xbox is better. It doesn't matter. You know, the Wii U, I know, is like plummeting in sales because people don't like it. The big... I don't want to play with a fucking tablet controller either. I mean, the thing's huge. I want small. I like the motion control with the Wii. That was cool. That was innovative. That was interesting. But now it's just like, why have this like gigantic controller? And the battery life on it sucks too. From what I've heard, it's like, you know, you're only going to be able to play for like 45 minutes before the battery dies. So that's a big problem. They need to solve it. But like I said, a lot of video game companies, they try and do something new and innovative to see what appeals to gamers, and then they do it. You know, the tablet was a big thing at the time. Everyone was going out and buying tablets. So they thought, wow, let's make that a controller, and that will be cool. And, you know, there are some different and innovative things you can do with a tablet controller to interact with it. You know, like maybe having a menu screen on it, like all your equipment is here, instead of having to switch screens. Kind of like if you play Chrono Trigger on a Nintendo DS system. It's a lot better than the original because your screen is... You can see what's going on better without leaving this screen. And you know, there are advantages to two screens. I mean, hell, my desktop right now is two screens. I like it. It's nice. So... It works to an extent, but I think that, you know. But one person did say that the frame rate on the PS4 is a lot better than on the Xbox One. So, and he has both systems, so, I mean, he's not one way or the other, but I've always been with Xbox. I don't know why. I've always kind of had a mild hatred for Sony, and I don't know why. I guess because I really didn't feel that they needed to break into the console business because they had enough other electronics that they didn't. But, I mean, you can make the same argument with Microsoft, so whatever. I don't know. I'll probably end up buying a PS4 when the time comes, but I don't know. It just seems like Xbox has more games that I like than PS4 or PlayStation ever had, so I don't know. I'll have to see, because I really do want to get Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, and that's for the next-gen consoles, because I've played it through millions and millions of times on 360 to the point where I'm almost getting sick of it, but I'm still trying for that 100% completion rating. Still haven't gotten that yet. So I'm still working for that. But I really do want to play it again all the way through on a next-gen console, because I've heard so many good things about, you know, what they did for, like, Lara Croft. Like, they made, like, a whole, like, algorithm, like, millions and millions of different things just for her hair alone. The way it moves, the way it flows, the way it interacts with the environment. And, you know, it would be nice to see that game on a next-gen console, because it was so good. I don't know if I mentioned it or anything but on these videos, but I mean, I got the game and I could not stop playing it. I played it for like, it was like 4 in the morning, and I started at like, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night, and I just kept playing. I could not stop. It was that that good. I'm just like, what happens next? I want to know. I got to keep playing. Okay, okay. And it just engrossed you, and it was just so good. So I had to keep playing, and pretty soon I'm like, holy crap, it is like 4 o'clock in the morning. I have to get some sleep. So, but it was that good. The graphics were just brilliant, and so they're gonna have another one. They're gonna have Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'm so excited for that. And yeah, so once I get the next gen console, I'll probably get Tomb Raider Definitive Edition and then Tomb Raider Rise of the Tomb Raider. So I'll have like 2 games to play, and I'll be like Tomb Raidered out. So it should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. So pretty much all I've been doing lately is playing like Diablo 3. Had to go to Rapid City and have my friend take me through Whimsyshire because for some reason I cannot get the Staff of Herding to drop. Well, the plans to make the Staff of Herding. I got all the ingredients and I can't get the frickin' plan to drop. And the guy that drops it won't respawn, so you just gotta keep going through the game to Act 4 and killing him until he finally coughs up the plans. And I can't get him to do that. Because that's my luck, so whatever. And people that have never played Diablo and have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about are probably thinking to themselves, what in the hell is she talking about? But yeah, so anyway, that's pretty much the scoop on video games. So yeah, wearing different lipstick. Someone told me to try coral, the color coral, so I got some, and that's what I'm wearing right now. I don't know. I'm not really sold on it. It looks a lot like the lipstick I used to wear. So, oh well. Anyway, that's all I got for now. So I will see everybody later. Until then, bye-bye.